Amanda, this is Lisa Solitary from Crystallized Life and Pet Communication Journey, which is a group on Facebook. I want to thank you so much for contacting me and allowing me to do the psychic reading for you and Luna. The reason why I wanted your picture again was because I was looking into all the information, but I felt like you two are, both needed for this to understand the journey, because it's all about what you're learning and how you're affecting her and how she's affecting you. And that's, I think, my biggest lesson for people at this time is to understand that everything we do, everything we feel, everything we think affects our pets, because they literally are very intuitive like ourselves. The pets, I feel, are even more so. But any feeling or thought that we have, or argument that we have, or happy moment that we have, our pets absorb all of that because they understand us on a much higher level than we probably even realize. So if you're sad all the time or angry or fighting in a relationship with somebody, your pet absorbs all that. They feel all that. And if that goes on long enough, or on the other end of things, if you're happy all the time and you're loving all the time and you're positive all the time, your pet's feeling that as well, and they're feeling good. Over time, they're going to become a very confident, happy pet, well-rounded, both body, mind, and spirit. Whereas if you're angry or arguing all the time for, years and years, that's when we develop illnesses in our body, because energetically we're taking all that in, and that affects our physical body. The same happens for pets, because they're taking all that in too. So that's always key to remember throughout life on this journey together. So your question was, how can you help Luna on your journey together? And I also put, how can you help each other and learn from each other for the highest good of this relationship together in this lifetime? And I do believe that a lot of us, especially our pets, don't live as long as us on average. Not always, but most of the time. So I believe that our pets come back reincarnated again and again to kind of continue the journey, the lessons that maybe weren't learned last time with you, or maybe new lessons, a higher evolution of lessons come along. And so you both can either grow together, or sometimes we don't learn. Sometimes we keep doing the same things over and over as human beings. But I'm learning from my own experiences that each time I, rescue a pet or adopt a pet, they take me on a whole new journey. And the whole reason why I'm doing this psychic work is my last pet, well, not my last one, but the last one that passed away or transitioned was Remington. And this is Jack right here. He likes to help out and hang out. But Remington, after he passed away, he started sending me all these signs through a battery-operated light. Okay, it's a flower light. I have it over there. It has batteries, and it also plugs in. After I had the light on towards the end of his life, he couldn't walk, and at night he was very scared because he was helpless. And so I put the light on at night. And right after he passed away, I just was talking to him and letting him know how much I loved it. It crushed me because I don't have children physical, but I have fur babies, or whatever you want to call them, canines. And the light would start blinking right away. And eventually I would, ask, is this Remy? And if it's Remy, make it blink 4 times, and it would start blinking, and we'd start doing yes and no. And I would talk to the light, and I'd acknowledge that I knew that was his energetic body still with me. Because once we lose the physical body, our pets and us, actually everything opens up to us. Our consciousness is not held to this physical 3D earth reality. Our souls always live on. The energy never dies. So, and the same is true of our pets. So once we leave this body where we only can see, hear, smell, touch, feel, and sometimes we learn to use higher levels of intuition as well, we are not bound by these limitations, and neither are pets. So I would acknowledge him every time the light would blink, and I'd put one of his toys in front of it, and it was an ongoing dialogue, and I'd ask questions, and it was weird because they actually ended up, like, he would answer them through ways of showing me different things. And he's the whole reason he gave me that gift of wanting to know how to use my intuition and human abilities on a higher level. So I did do some classes, and I learned that we all can do it, which is amazing. And I'm getting a very strong sense that you are very intuitive yourself, and maybe doing some sort of healing work of your own. And I encourage you to learn from Luna in this lifetime and any other pets you've had, and really look at the lessons that you may have learned and really watch for higher level learning opportunities. A lot of times these come as gifts when they pass and they transition. They give us a gift if we're paying attention, that is. So anyway, that's nothing that you have to worry about anytime soon with Luna. She's a young girl, like my boy here. He's just turning 2. And you said I think she was about 2.5 at this time. All right, so the biggest thing that came to me right away is for you to accept this reading, accept this information, but I want you to focus on not having it all figured out at this time. Just taking it day by day, celebrating life, using your own intuition as it unfolds by taking baby steps if necessary, to listening to yourself and following that true path that your soul is asking you to follow. So the biggest thing I got right away was a celebration of you and Luna. Like every year, I've been seeing like these pink candles. I'm seeing like a cake, meaning this is a relationship that was fated since day one. You are definitely soulmates. And this is a celebration of canine and human living, loving in this moment together. And every day to me should be a celebration of that, the two of you together, okay? Like I saw a white cake, kind of like an anniversary. I have a feeling, I got something that you're going to have an anniversary coming up with her soon. That maybe when you adopted her or rescued her, whatever the situation is, or maybe it's a birthday, her birthday, your birthday. But I got that this was coming up soon, more of an anniversary. And I'm seeing so very strongly for you that this life for you and Luna are going to entail, I'm seeing a lot of adventure and trips, like physical trips. Nothing's going to stop you guys from doing this. I mean, even right now during this COVID crap, you still can take road trips. You can still see the world. And I'm seeing you doing a lot of that. Also, I'm seeing a female that came through very strongly, like your mother possibly. Your mother came through strongly as either a significant nurturer, obviously, in your life and with Luna's life, or something behind the scenes where she's working with you. I have a feeling that she's very wise. You maybe don't always want to listen to her advice, but I have a feeling the two of you are very close. And there's a super, super strong bond between you, Luna, and this female, and I believe it to be your mother. She's like an owl. She's very wise, and she also uses her intuition. Maybe she doesn't admit it or realize it, but she does, and that's where you're getting that from. I'm seeing that you totally are a nurturer and will always play that role, nurturing Luna. The biggest lessons I could say that your journey will entail, and these are so very basic that I hate to even mention them, but we need to be reminded every day of the simple lessons as well as the advanced lessons that our pets are teaching us. But the biggest things like that came forward right away from Luna was you learning compassion, you learning joy, strength, love, and most of all, patience. Patience is huge with our pets. You know, we sometimes expect them to be these cute little bundly babies, and throughout their life, we do have to learn patience. Acceptance of yourself is huge in this journey together. Not only acceptance of others, of animals, of other people, but acceptance of yourself. I'm getting a strong vibe, and I'm really getting a strong vibe that there's something you're coming out of, almost like a new life is starting for you. Maybe it was a past relationship. I'm not sure if you're in one or are married. I don't know that situation, but I feel like you're going to start a new life, a new adventure, somebody new, I would say in the next 12 months. I'm feeling somebody male. It might not be someone that you're going to date, but there's going to be a male coming into your life that's going to be very influential, maybe a good friend, a mentor, somebody, but I'm feeling more of a love relationship that's going to be significant to Luna as well. This is a man that Luna either loves or will love very deeply. And of course, one thing to consider, because I know that you're very young, is our pets are kind of stuck with us along every time we date somebody and break up with them or make them move out. I've been there myself in the past. And it takes a toll on our animals each time because they love this person as well, and they don't understand as much as why they're leaving, why I'm not seeing them. So it's always important to consider like your pet's dating that person or loving that person just as much as you are. And in this next phase of your life, I feel somebody strong is going to come in and be significant, very significant to Luna's journey as well. Okay, you'll have to let me know. If you do any kind of psychic work, sometimes for myself, I've learned that I sometimes get visions or feelings or whatever it is. That could be the future, it could be the past, it could be the present. Sometimes I'm not always, so like if you're not sure about something, like, nah, that doesn't really fit right now. Like I always say, pin it up on your board, your vision board, and see how it unfolds for the future, okay? And I'm also seeing, let's getting back to this, again, play is key in your role. Our pets are here to remind us to play. You know, how many times does your pet come up to you when you're on the phone or you're on your computer and they're looking at you and they have their ball? That's a huge lesson on this journey together for, I think, all pet owners that are, you know, really involved with their pets, is taking time to stop what we're doing and literally like engage and play and live in this moment, because really all we have is this moment. We don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. We don't know what's going to happen in 5 years. But to sit there and worry consistently, our pets are teaching us, hey, let's live now. Our pets live now. They don't care about what happened yesterday or 5 weeks ago. Of course, energetically, there might be some trauma or situations where they do have anxiety from traumas, you know, that type of thing. But in their conscious mind, they're saying, hey, let's live, let's play, let's engage in life. And that's like one of the biggest lessons I think we're all learning on this journey with our pets. And to ignore that would be so like sad for our own evolution, our own growth as a human, our own growth on a soul level. I'm also seeing you learning to be selflessness. I mean, there's selflessness. You're learning to be selfless. Pets really are like children to us, many of us. So it's learning to give of yourself at times when you don't feel like it, or when, you know, it feels difficult. Okay? Loyalty. You're both learning loyalty. You're both learning trust. You're both learning commitment. You're both learning talking without words, because that you're learning from her, because dogs aren't going to give us words, but we're learning their body language. You're using Luna's, she speaks a lot through her actions. And the more you get in tune with that and pay attention to that, you're going to like really get close if you're not already. That's just how I feel anyway. Simple things in life, again, are when she is most happiest and they're most important to her, are just those moments where maybe you're not even speaking, you're just laying together or you're engaging in an activity. I see her, she's showing me a car like with a convertible top, okay? She's in the front seat, she's right next to you, and you guys are just like driving. You're having no direction, okay? It's just ease. You're enjoying it. The wind's in your hair. And I think it's just saying, it doesn't mean you have to have a convertible. It's just saying to be carefree, to be in the moment, to just allow life to unfold and not always try to figure it out. Okay, even though I'm giving you this reading, you're still going to have to allow yourself to just let things unfold. Okay, but using your own intuition, of course. So there's ease. I'm seeing wind in your hair. You know, it's like you guys are just cruising through life and you're just being happy. I see a very happy life for you and Luna. And again, there's like a new life unfolding for you, or it's going to be soon. And I don't know, I'm feeling like there's a purity happening to you. Okay, I'm seeing the ocean as you're driving by. The water feels important. I'm seeing you guys like on the water, kind of riding the waves, the ebb and flow. I'm not sure if you live next to an ocean, but I'm seeing water. It could be a lake. And like you're actually, I see you and her, the vision she gave or higher spirit gave was like you on a boat, you on a paddle board, you riding the waves, going with the flow of life, having adventure together, maybe taking her on a paddle board. And I bought one last year. And of course, Jack's a big baby. And then I put on a bunch of weight, so I never went. And it's a shame that I allowed those kind of fears, and I'm going to start crying now, to hinder me from doing activities. But maybe you can learn from my lesson is to just go for it, okay? And enjoy those things. I'm going to get more into that in a few minutes with the paddle board and the boat. But I do see you getting married down the road. That's still coming through. And Luna's going to very much love this man. Or maybe you are married and this man's in your life now. But this is a strong soul connection to this man for you both. And this is significant in the journey together, okay? I said 12 months, but I'm thinking more like, let's see, 12 to 36 months, about 3 years. You'll meet this man, or the relationship may be becoming more significant and feel right at that time for you. New life. I'm feeling like new life, new career, new city even for you. Like I'm saying, I'm seeing this huge like thing about you kind of wandering on a new path, so to speak, for life and enjoying that journey along with Luna. But you don't always need to know where you're going at this time. Just accept the fact that sometimes the path in life is like meandering. It like turns and twists, kind of like a winding road that I see you driving on. But know that right now and wherever you are, you're exactly where you need to be, even if it doesn't seem like it, okay, at this time. Just be present in that journey for yourself and for those in your life. Embrace everything that you encounter on this new path, this new life that's coming. It's all for your highest good. And this is the key to your inner power, so to speak, okay? So just kind of go with it. Everything's going to be fresh and new. Just accept everything that occurs on like this road, this path of your life, okay? Even if it twists and turns like in unexpected directions, just show courage in that path, like, you know, taking those curves and not knowing what's next. And just have faith to accept what is, okay? Even with this journey with Luna, just accept what is. Trust that there's a plan for your life, and just keep going. Let it unfold. It will unfold perfectly without any kind of force or worry, okay? It doesn't mean that you can't make changes to that path as well, because you can, of course. And every experience is supporting you for your highest good and your spiritual like evolution, so to speak. If there's something you can't accept, start by gently accepting the fact that you can't, start by gently accepting the fact that you can't escape necessarily, or that you can't accept it, okay? Allow for your own wandering path, so to speak. This is the key to like peace and success in your life, okay? So I see that strongly. So new life, new career, new city. I have this all written down because what I do is, I should have mentioned this early, or I meditate. I get into the right frame of mind where I connect and I ground and I center. And then I ask the questions that you needed by looking also at your pictures, both of your pictures. And then whatever comes to me, I actually write it down in the moment, because if I don't write it down, I'll tend to forget it all. So I do have notes. So I'm kind of going by what I'm hearing now, but I'm also looking at what we have here. So I'm getting very strongly to be guided by your heart, okay? And you're learning this, to allow your heart to be your guide, okay? And what you're both going to be learning from each other is a heart-to-heart type of relationship. You're both being made stronger by your deep love heart connection, okay? That's what you're both learning. Open your heart to this love. And also, your pet, you know, she's telling you that a healthy, strong heart is one that's overflowing with love and delight and happiness about life, okay? The most powerful connection that we could literally have with our pets is a heart connection, okay? Even if you're away from home, or whether you're working or traveling without Luna, assure your pet that you are still connected. Time and space, it doesn't matter. You will always be connected. And just even visualize like this beautiful gold cord attached to Luna from your heart to hers, okay, if you're not together. And you're feeling It's filling both of you with like this golden, beautiful light of love, okay? And just allow, at this time, I feel like there's some sort of hurt in you, sadness, maybe a relationship that ended. There's something in you that hurts. And I want you to allow Luna now and in the future to just love you, okay, right now, and let her heal any of those emotional wounds or past heartaches. So it's going to be like a frequency that she's going to send, okay? Allow her to do that, okay, throughout this life, because that's a lesson that she would like to do for you, okay? And you can also do it for her. And then as your the vibrational energy increases, as you receive this from her, as you're feeling her healing energy, you can expect life and feelings to unfold in both of your lives that are going to be soul lessons, so to speak, okay? So I'm seeing that strongly. I'm also seeing trust. Trust is going to be huge, and I think I have this in my note here. Oh, geez, I have a lot of notes. The message, and I'm going to get to that, and I know it does mention trust in there, but trust is huge for Luna, and it's going to benefit her in a big way. It's kind of like having trust and surrendering and letting go again. I'm getting at this feeling of like you're trying to control things, or maybe not, but you kind of have to allow trust and surrender to the journey itself without worrying, calming the mind, not worrying about past. Don't let the past tell you who you are. You know, like even a relationship, sometimes we feel a certain way after coming out of that relationship. That the past does not define who you are right now, okay? But having self-love for yourself is going to benefit Luna in so many ways. It's key. It's key to everything, because having self-love and self-care and loving ourselves and whatever, screw it. If we aren't perfect, oh, wow, no one expects us to be perfect except ourselves. And if someone didn't care about us because we didn't live up to some expectation, then you know what? Too bad. We have to accept the good and bad in ourselves, the shadows and all. But acknowledging them is most important, is what I'm thinking in this moment. But I feel like Luna is encouraging you to trust and surrender to yourself at this time and in the future, and anytime you're feeling that way. It's like she's trying to communicate with you right now, but you're like, she's trying to find out what you need, okay? But you're not trusting your intuition as much as you should be, because you have the gift. We all have the gift of communicating without words, okay? Society kind of doesn't want us to know we can do this. So they make it sound like it's woo-woo and, oh, bullshit, you can't communicate. But yes, we all can. If we allow love in our hearts, that's always key, is to be open to love, to believe, and to calm your mind. Our mind's always chattering with this bullshit, right? And once I use meditation, I do guided meditation to calm my mind with deep breathing, okay? And the key is the breathing and the slowing of the brain waves is really what it is. Once you get that thinking part where it's always talking in your head, once you get that out of the way and you just are calm and in the moment and just allow, that's when you're going to allow that, those messages, those symbols, those feelings, maybe smells you're going to receive, and to actually look at them and see what they're trying to tell you. And that could be Luna communicating with you. And it's like at this time she's trying to, but you're not trusting your intuition. Intuition. And it's like, you think it's your imagination, kind of like, no, it's not real. No, it's real. It's real. So I'm asking you in spirit, your higher self, is wanting you to feel guided to trust your vibes and allow your intuition to actually grow and expand. Okay. And sometimes we start when we meditate by literally using our imagination at first. If we don't see anything, you want to, like, intuition is like magic, and like when you're a kid and you use your imagination to create something like really exciting in your mind, or in your physical world, but this time it'll be in your mind. And you can start by just allowing yourself. It could be like, okay, I'm relaxing, I'm doing my deep breathing, and I see a unicorn. I want to see that unicorn. How does that unicorn look in my mind? Well, it has sparkles, just beautiful light sparkles, and it's galloping towards me. Just allow yourself, and I hope that I'm not telling you how to do this and you already know, but if you don't, this will be a little way of learning. Start with that, create the fantasy, and what it does is it actually opens your mind to the possibilities, because intuition is like magic. There's so much magic around us, Amanda, and we miss it every day because society says no, it doesn't exist, but it does. So start with creating using your imagination, and eventually that opens like that gateway for your mind to feel relaxed and free to really start receiving colors, light, whatever it is. Sometimes when I meditate and I'm thinking of like white light coming through my body, I literally can like use my hands and I literally will feel it wherever my hands are. And you can do that too. Just allow that. Allow it to happen. And I feel like Luna's telling you at this time that, and it's a part of your lesson to get some of that info and start allowing it that it is true. Trust in your ability to communicate with her using like telepathy and all that. And as you do that, the sharper your skills are going to be. So, and I'm sure maybe also the trust issue could be that Luna is needing to trust people or other animals. She's kind of feeling like a lack of control in a situation and like needs your help. And this will happen throughout life as part of your journey. But like if there's any kind of nervousness or like weird behavior that she might be exhibiting right now, it's stemming from a current situation or one from the recent past. And your guides really are saying to me right now to just trust in your pet and be consistent with your own behaviors again, like the self-love and the self-care and calming the mind. And just create an environment of love and kindness so that Luna feels safe to trust and surrender. So it's kind of like you both need to trust and surrender in this lifetime to feelings, to emotions, to allowing the other to always be there for each other. And that just came to mind right now is how important it is. Our pets are so awesome. Sometimes I love pets more than people. And I hate to say that, but it's true. And the reason is like, no matter if you gained 100 pounds or you were like stinky, let's say you had bad breath, you didn't feel like doing your hair or makeup or whatever. My dogs don't give a shit. Okay, they give, that's what's called unconditional love. Unconditional love is one thing we are all learning from our pets in this life, for each other and for all of mankind and all beings right now. They're not like a boyfriend or a guy, like, you know, like they have conditional love. Even if you're with someone for a long time, it's like they put conditions like, well, yeah, I love you and I'm going to be here for you, but if you're 300 pounds someday, I probably won't be attracted to you anymore. So, you know, it kind of like skews the whole relationship. But with our pets, they don't care. They don't care. They just love you. It's like they see past all of that. Like, I don't care how you smell. I don't care how smart or dumb you are. I don't care if you live in a box. I just want to be with you. And that is like a huge lesson for us all to learn. And that unconditional love is what's going to get you on the road to intuition. Because when you hold that unconditional love, when you do this meditation and seeing the symbols or connecting with your pet, it's all about love. That's all we really have in this life is love. In the end, there's love. Without it, I know. And another thing I want to say really quickly is any decision that you're making in your life is actually based on love or fear. Those are really it. When we think through something or we react a certain way, it's either because we're scared of something without realizing it, or we decide to choose love and then we make the right decision. Okay. It's something I struggle with every day myself, but it's something to really consider. Okay. Here's the deal. I see you using your intuition on a higher level and using that in a way that I'm actually using it. I'm trying to use it on ways to teach other people how to communicate with their pets, or giving them information that they feel are important, especially if their pet has transitioned. And I can give them messages or symbols where they're like, oh my God, how did you know that? Yes, that's exactly how my house looks, and that pet showed me that. Okay, for you, I really am seeing, and this can vary, but I'm seeing you using adventures and trips together with Luna, and being in the moment and living and loving and using that, and actually like being a witness to Luna's life and being a witness to your own life. It's like you're witnessing each other's lives, but you're going to like memorialize it, like record it, so that others can actually see how it all unfolds and what you're learning as you're on this journey together. So it's like you are the witness to Luna's life, and Luna's a witness to your life, and you're going to record this, and it's going to like help both of you. It's like going to unfold to help and evolve your own relationship and journey together, while helping others to do the same by showing and doing. Okay, plus it'll also give you a forever like memory of your time together, because it would be like recorded. Okay, I mean, something that maybe you could do. I hate YouTube. I'm really starting to hate YouTube because they're censoring everything. So I would say a platform like YouTube. There's BitChute. There's one called Brighteon, Brighteon. There's others. Really, I think there's one called Daily Motion. I'm not sure. But anyway, I'm just afraid that down the road, anyone who's doing intuitive work or anything like this is going to be something YouTube decides, oh, we don't want you doing anymore, and they start blocking you. I have my videos on there, but I'm seriously considering changing them to another platform. You choose. You're younger than me, so you might think of, there might be some I don't even know about. I mean, I know there's like TikTok, but I don't know that that would really be appropriate for this situation. You figure that out. I just see you doing that. Another example of work I see you doing, I'm not sure if you've heard of it. It's like tapping. It's called EFT technique. And I'm seeing like you using it actually on Luna. It's like tapping, like say for instance, there's an issue that Luna has at this time with anxiety, bonding issues, behavioral issues. Maybe it's caused from your stress and you don't realize it. Maybe it's an issue she was born with in this time. And it's you kind of going into that deep breathing, meditative state. And then you can either tap on the dog or you tap on yourself, and you can kind of like, I don't know, you go through different areas, and it actually, and I have a friend that does this, and you can think of the issue like, okay, I understand you're scared of other dogs, and I know this is hurting you, and you can tap. I know it looks weird, but look into it if you don't know what it is, and you can like literally tap on your heart. But you can also do it on the dog. That actually, my dog loves that. My friend did it to him because he has his little fears of weird things, and if you do it enough, it can actually help. And I see you maybe performing this even remotely or in person with people or pets. That's something I'm seeing, because it's going to help Luna on her journey, because you're going to use her and you're going to see it works, okay? And you're going to be able to show that as a way to balance both pets and humans, mind, body, and spirit. The triune of our whole balance on this planet is to balance our mind, body, and spirit. Okay. Again, I see you guys traveling a lot together to like pet-friendly destinations, using your creativity to find and create journeys together, and then recording them as a lifelong series. Okay. Those are the two things I see. I just see something where you're going to like do something to help others with your pet. There's so many ideas. But let me know how that unfolds, or if you are interested in anything like that. I would be very curious to know that. So as you're witnessing Luna's life, you're making an adventure for both of you, and then capturing it. The lessons you are learning, you're going to share them with the world. Okay. All right. So let me go on to my next page here and make sure I'm on the right page. So let's see here. I'm going to get to the channeled message, but I have to figure out the pages. Right when I went into meditation last night after I saw your picture, and I asked, higher self and my guides to help me find out what you both are learning on this journey, and mainly how you can help Luna, have the best journey possible in this life together. Now this is a long channel message. Let me get a drink here. And a lot of times my channel messages are like They're not how I would talk. That's the weird part. They're not how I would talk, but they're like coming from a higher source. So please bear with this. And I want to make sure I have the pages right. Okay. Your journey this lifetime with Luna, canine and human, is to allow complete and unwavering light and love from your divine path to wrap and envelop your entire core of self and of infinite soul energy to help align you with the love and energy of each of your soul's truth. So open to truth, stretching your truth and existence to align and understand the journey of evolution together. Enjoy the energetic presence of just being present and witnessing the timeline and how it unravels. Use your light to shine and be alive. Sharing your truth, your patience, your divine purpose to grow together, explore together, love together, nurture, and be nurtured. Not settling for less than loving each minute, each second in this present time. Never worrying that no time is left never worrying about how much time is left for yourself or Luna as age presents itself. Knowing love and souls will always energetically be entwined forever. Energy cannot be destroyed, and we are energy. No matter time or space, just be, just experience, just witness, just manifest the life you want to experience, and know that your goal is to understand your role, to be the learner, and also to be the teacher. Being open to experiences, experiencing good and happy moments, and allowing yourself to have those. But also standing tall and being the keeper of memories, even in trying times. Okay? Your journey is a boat on an ocean, ebbing and flowing through rough storms, new horizons, new adventures, and commitment to sailing in trying moments. Your connection is sacred together. All right, let me make sure I have this right now. Okay. I know I have several pages of this. Okay. Know when to be balanced, the nurturer. Know when to allow the other to nurture. Ow! My dog's trying to get down. Be humble in your journey. Hold on. I got to help him. There you go, buddy. Sorry about that. Be humble in your journey, yet allow growth to develop as you balance the roles you both will play. Remember the journey you signed up for this lifetime and ask higher self, that's your higher self, to guide you even when you feel clueless, okay? This is a fated family of learning how canine can become evolved into a loving soulmate and grow to become more conscious of her reality and oneness with the light and higher source energy. Be grateful, be blessed, and allow compassion, patience, understanding, and most of all, unconditional love, as shown by Luna, to accept yourself with all human flaws, regardless of issues unresolved. Self-love will provide balance on all levels for the mirror you shine on Luna, allowing her to feel your love, friendship, and peace energetically and physically. And I think that was it for that message. I'm hoping I got it all. So again, it's kind of like everything I just talked about. Trusting and being trusting, living in the moment, learning from each other. Oh no, my dog's going to start whining, and I do apologize. Wait, I have another page here. Hold on. I just found a page laying on the bed. Okay, I think I already got that. All right, yes, I did. I just want to make sure I didn't miss anything. Sorry about that. So I see the two of you like exchanging gifts together in this lifetime. Like in love. It's kind of like an exchange of love, of life force energy between two beings, okay, the two of you. It's going to grow exponentially when it keeps being reciprocated. So it's kind of like allowing yourself to give with love and allowing yourself to receive back that love from Luna and others as well. Spirit's like saying that you need to start accepting all these blessings waiting for you, as well as offer kind of like those same gifts in return to Luna. So it's like allowing yourself to open your heart, like really let it open and allow it also to be filled. Okay, you're deserving of that. That again goes back to that self-love and self-care, which is going to create the triune of balanced mind, body, and soul in you, and then that will reflect back to her. So it's kind of like an ongoing reciprocation of gifts of love and kindness, accepting and giving. Okay, so I see that strongly. Let me think. What else here do I have for you? I feel very strongly, I think I said that you guys are fated. Before we're born, I truly, strongly believe that we get amnesia when we're born. We're not supposed to remember this, and some people do, but we actually decide what and who our life will entail, and we figure that out prior to coming here when we're a soul. And now we're including our pets because they also have a soul, and they become so important as they become domesticated. And I believe that you two signed up for this life, and you know, it's fated. You were meant to have this time together. So really use it to learn and see the synchronicities as things unfold and how they go together, and like the magic again. Allow yourself to see the magic in some situations that were meant to be. Okay. We're also kind of like seeing, oh, how do I explain this? Kind of like a spiral of energy, um, like lessons being learned and cycles that you're challenged with to break. It's like I'm seeing, and we all go through this. Like our soul signs up for something, but yeah, we keep finding ourselves in that same situation, whether it be dating somebody, the same kind of guy. It's like, why am I going through this again? I want you to think about that in your life and realize that some of these things you have learned already, and you don't need to keep reliving them. Just acknowledge what you've learned and kind of like set it free. So maybe I feel like you feel like maybe you're going backwards, like kind of like a circle, maybe a backward circle. And the truth is that you're standing at a higher level right now. I'm looking down into your circumstance, but you will learn something if you haven't. You're going to do something better. You're going to like break a cycle that was set up in the past. And right now you're getting like this bird's eye view of it. And you can like access the wisdom and lessons that were learned so that you can like move on and go forward in so many ways. And this definitely is going to affect Luna, no matter how you look at it. So if something feels familiar right now with others, maybe a little too familiar, don't be surprised that you find yourself repeating that old story over and over and that same sort of person. But they attract themselves to you. So you kind of circling back. But I want you to reverse that and choose to behave differently now that you're aware, I guess is key. But always remain curious. And don't blame yourself. Stay out of the blame game. Don't blame the other person. Just remain curious. That's how it unfolded. That's what I learned. Yeah, I did this, but that's interesting. And don't judge yourself, okay? I want you to not judge yourself for anything that's happened that you feel like blaming yourself for. And the last thing I think I'm going to say here, because I could go on and on and on, is having patience. Patience is huge for the lesson to learn. I know there was more to this channeling, and it's actually coming through right now. Always remember, I wish I could find it. I don't know why I can't. Unless it was just something I'm just thinking of right now. I want you to always remember, as times get tough in the future and Luna ages, some of us tend to run from that because we don't want to see our dog age and get sick and pass away. But always have patience in the situation and always be there for her, because that's how you're going to build that trust for her, with her. She'll know that you're always going to be there no matter what happens in life. That's huge. I know people that actually give away their dog when they get old because they can't face it. But I learned from myself that facing it in the moment, okay, rather than worrying what's going to happen 3 months from now, let's say when your dog has aged. This will be a little advice now, or maybe you've gone through this. Not worrying, okay, if your dog, say, can't walk. Of course, you can always make the decision if they're suffering too much to help them transition. But say you think that they might get better, but you're not sure, and you're worrying because you're like, oh my God, I'm going to lose this soulmate of mine. But you're never going to lose them. You're never going to lose them, because you may lose them physically, but their energy will always be with you. But living it day by day, taking it moment by moment, rather than trying to foretell a future. And some futures you don't need to know. There are some things that we do not need to know, and we're not going to know until they unfold, okay? And those are things like, people ask me all the time, can you tell me when my dog's going to die or my cat's going to die? It's like, no, I don't dabble in that, because I don't even think any of us know when it's our time. Our soul only knows when it's time. But being there for Luna through the good and the bad, and times that feel unbearable, but witnessing her life and helping her through situations as best as you can without blaming yourself, because our pets, again, never blame us, even if we have to put them down. It's just their time to go, and they may thank you for that, because they were in pain and they didn't want to endure that pain. The soul, the eyes are the windows to the soul, and I truly believe that. I know when it's a pet's time to go, you can talk to them and you'll see it in their eyes when they've given up, when they're in pain, so much pain that they can't carry on. You'll always know when it's time, okay? That's just something I was thinking about. I want to get that out there. And I know I said that would be the last thing. Again, I just want to say, follow your intuition. Even before it makes sense to you, sometimes we're afraid to follow. We're like, I'm not going to do that because it doesn't make sense. But I want you now to take action. Follow your intuition even when it doesn't make sense. So it's like you're being called to take action in response to like your soul's calling, okay, in this lifetime. Start where you are and begin building a consistent way, okay? Don't stop yourself from living like the soul kind of like heart-based life because of what others say, or because you're waiting to know this destination. Even with this reading I'm giving you, like we wait and we want to know where we're going to go before we take the first steps. Yeah, that's always cool. But we really have to live it. You know what I'm saying? But intuition really doesn't work that way. If you're following your true soul and your higher self's intuition, your soul's always calling you every moment of every day if you choose to listen. But how you find yourself in living in harmony with the cosmos and is really listening to your soul's kind of like baby calls, if you're not familiar, and whispers each and every day, okay? Just taking those baby steps. And then taking action in the direction of those calls and those whispers. And like right now, you're being encouraged to kind of start small right now, bite-sized, so to speak, even though I'm giving you this information for you to like ingest and digest. But on your end of things, your own intuition, put one foot kind of like in front of the other and do one thing every day to break what you're hearing your soul say, but break it down like into like achievable tasks. Time goes kind of slow on Earth in a way, so like this kind of can feel frustrating. Like if you're a starseed, which I have a strong sense that you are, you sometimes feel like you don't feel like you were meant, you don't fit in, like I don't either. Like I feel like I don't fit in with the beliefs of like the average person. Like, I feel like I'm here for another reason, and I feel strongly that you also are like, you're planting the seeds. What we do is we plant seeds in other people's consciousness, okay, so that they can awaken to a higher version of themselves, okay? And I feel like you're going to like expect to see things happen and manifest faster than like the normal person. And then that like makes you want to give up before like your seed has even sprouted, so to speak, because we're like, okay, come on, what's taking so long? I'm expecting this to happen. I'm using love, whatever, and it's not happening. But just remember that you don't need to have it all figured out, okay? You don't need to, okay? You don't have to know every single step that you're going to take along the way before you set out on like your journey. So just listen to the direction your soul's calling, and you can't lose in life, okay? So everything I've told you today is cool and wonderful, but I want you now to take this and really allow yourself to listen to your higher self and to learn that journey that's best for you and Luna on your own as well. And that's what I have to say. So I hope you enjoyed this. If I kind of went off on different directions, I apologize. I've had kind of a crazy morning with some issues. And so I'm present here in this moment. If you have any questions, I would love to hear how any of this resonates with you, because it helps me learn like what I'm doing right, what I can do better. And also, if you could kindly give me a review on Etsy, I would appreciate it, because it helps others then know what to expect. If there's anything that you found amazing or great, or if there's anything else if you want to know further about, please just ask. I'm here for that. Because then I can look into it and meditate on it and maybe get something clearer if something stood out. Also, I have a Facebook group. I'm not sure if you're on Facebook. I actually hate Facebook at this point because they're so controlling about anybody's political point of view or anything. I want to get off of there, but I haven't yet, because I have a group of beautiful people who love their pets, and it's called Pet Communication Journey. And I also have a business page called Pet Communication Network. If you want to join our group, that's cool. I do like mini readings for yourself or for your pet. I do mediumship readings. I just have cool stuff in there. I actually have some videos on how to learn to ground with your pet in nature, how to learn to communicate with your pet. I'm going to be doing more videos on that. And also I have a YouTube channel under Lisa, Lisa Saliture, Saliture. If you want to subscribe to that, I do have cool videos on there. I have to admit, I haven't made a few in a couple months, but I have different examples of my readings. I also have done like pick a card readings or a charm reading about our pets or about ourselves. A few months ago, it's kind of fun to probably go back to August. I think that's when we did my last one, or September, and kind of look at how things really did unfold for you or your pet. And I got a lot of cool things, so come and join me. And thank you so much for allowing me to do this reading for you. I love what I do. I love to be the conduit of messages. So thank you so much, and good luck with your life if I don't hear from you again. God bless. Take care.